Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fihi. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Qala Allah Ta'ala fil Qur'anil Karim qad aflahal mu'minun allazina hum fi salatihim khashi'un wallazina hum 'anil laghwi muqridun wallazina hum lizzakati fa'ilun wallazina hum li furujihim hafizun illa ala azwajihim aw ma malakat aymanuhum fa innahum ghairu malumin faman ibtagha wara'a zalika fa ulaika humul 'adun wallazina hum li amanatihim wa ahadihim ra'un wallazina hum ala salawatihim yuhafizun ulaika humul warithun allazina yarithuna al-firdaus hum fiha khalidun. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind us, indeed the successful one is those who have faith in Allah, who believe in Him. Iman is not just to believe, but Iman also believe and have faith in Allah. And who established his prayer, and in his prayer he achieved khushu', he is focused, he remember Allah. Because the purpose of prayer, of Salah, Allah said, Aqimus Salah li zikri, in Surah Taha. Establish your prayer so that you remember me, not to think of other things. One of the signs that you can feel that your prayer is khushu', وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ أَنِلْ لَغْوِ مُقْرِدٌ, is that after prayer, you will become a person who do not want to waste your time unnecessary, talking things that do not benefit you, getting involved with activities laghwiya, all the laghwi, listen to music, doing things that do not benefit your iman, your deen. You are going to abstain from all things that do not benefit you, because you know time is amana, is from Allah. You are going to make use of the time wisely. You are not going to waste your time anymore. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ الْلَغْوِ مُقْرِدُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. And when your prayer is khushu', there's another sign. You are always prepared to give up charity, zakat, sadaqah, infaq fi sabilillah. Because the Prophet said, La salah liman la zakata lahu. If a person who makes salat and he don't give zakat properly, no salah for him. That means something is wrong with his salah. Because the salah is with Allah. Duribat alaihimu zillatu aynama thuqifu illa bihablim minallah wa hablim minan nas. The curse of Allah will befall upon any one of you wherever you are, except those who have a personal relationship with Allah through salah, and those who have a relationship with fellow mankind through zakah. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ. And people who are khushu' in his prayer is people who have self-dignity. They are not going to get involved in anything that is fahsha, any haram relationship, no. إِلَّا عَلَى أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ. Except what is permissible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for them, what is halal for them. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَأَحْدِهِمْ رَاءٌ. A person who have khushu' in a prayer, then he will become a man that you can trust, a man of amana. And whenever he promises you in anything, you can have peace of mind that he is a man that will fulfill his promise. You don't have to worry. Because a mu'min who is khushu' in his prayer, manfa'atun, is always beneficial for others. وَلَا تَقُولُ كَلَّا أَنَّ النَّاسِ, he's not going to burden you. He's not going to give problem to your life, no. He's going to be very beneficial to you. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. A person who has khushu' in the salah, he always take care of his salah. The time of prayer, the manners of prayer, the recitation, the movement, everything, the adab of prayer, he will make sure that he take care and perform it the way Allah and His Prophet want us to perform it. Ulaika humul warisun, Allah said, they are the inheritance of paradise. And there are how many paradise? How many paradise do we have? Allahu Akbar. You have narrowed yourself. Yeah. You know the Prophet ﷺ said about paradise. Do you know how many paradise?
8.
No. The Prophet ﷺ said there are 100 paradise. 100 clouds of paradise. And the highest one is Firdaus. The highest one is Firdaus. And Firdaus is for people who aqimus salah. For those who establish their salah. That's why the Prophet said, if you want to ask Allah for paradise, ask for Firdaus. Don't be shy. Ask for the highest, the best. But before you ask for the best, you must do the best. You must give Allah the best. And the Prophet said, there are 8 doors to paradise. 8 gates. But there are 100 level classes. From class 1 to class 100. If you can enter even the last class, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. But if you establish your salat properly, you will be given the opportunity to have Firdaus. Hum fiha khalidun. I would like to thank the brother to remind me one certain verses that I forget to recite about Surah Al-Hujurat. I will repeat again. Then Allah said, قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم وإن تطيعوا الله ورسوله لا يلدكم من أعمالكم شيئا إلى الآخر آية. The one that I missed, أسلمنا. Allah said, when the Arabs came to you and say and claim that we are believers, say to them, tell them, it is sufficient, you are not a believer yet, but say that you are a Muslim. Say that you have submit to Allah, but you are not a true believer yet until the Iman penetrate through your heart and stay in there. And you will manifest with your action. And the action, the sign is that you are always a person who obey Allah's command and the command of His messenger. Whenever Allah said something, you will respond, Sami'na wa ata'na. When the Prophet says something, you say, Sami'na wa ata'na. Then you are the true believers. Then you have Iman. Fellow brothers and sisters in Islam, like what I said early in this morning, before the break, what is Salah? Lughatan, Salah is dua. Salat is dua, that means calling upon Allah. Ud'uni astajibu lakum. Wa iza sa'alaka anni ibadi fa inni qareeb. O Muhammad, if anyone asks you about me, Allah, say to them, I, Allah, is close to you. I'm very near to you. Very close. Ujibu da'wat ad-da'i iza da'an. I always respond to the call to anybody who call upon me, if he call me. So Allah really want you to call Him, talk to Him. He loves us. He do not want you to call Him and talk to Him only once in a week on a Friday. That's called the Friday Muslim. And you have yearly Muslim, only Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, they come and pray. But He wants you to be a daily Muslim. You call upon Allah 5 times a day. How do you feel, brother and sister, if the king or the president of this country give you a pass, come to see me 5 times a day? How do you feel? You feel great? You're the lucky citizen of India. You have a pass from the president. Whoever received this pass, he's the luckiest person. Come to me, come to see me in my palace 5 times a day. You don't want to see the president? You think it's easy? You think you can just walk in? You can call him? You send a letter? You can do anything, but there's no response. He's busy. He has many things to do. But Allah, King of all kings, said, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you now. But the only thing, you talk to me first. My door is open. The door of Allah is open. The line is free. And Allah's line never engaged. It's always, inshallah, you dial on, you dial on. But we always engage ourselves. Hayya ala salah. I'm busy. As-salatu khairum minan naum. You only hear naum. You know? You people is calling you, reminding you, but shaitan is so great. He let you, only you hear the word naum louder. That's why you go sleep again. But he always reminds, salat khairum minan naum. But the salat didn't come to your ear. But when it's naum, yeah, naum. Allah is great. He called upon you. Ujibu dawata is a da'an. I always respond, yeah, to the call of my servant if he call upon me. And Allah put condition. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. You want me instantly, immediately respond to your needs? No problem. He is almighty. He can do wonders. He just said, kun fayakun, be and it's be. You have problem, He knows. And He knows you can't solve your problem. The only thing He wants you to do, you must be sincere and humble to Him. Call upon Him. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. When He said, Salaah, you establish your Salaah. When He said, Zakat, you give up Zakat. You must love Allah more than your money. When He said, Jihad, you give Jihad. Give your life for Allah. Because you come from Allah. You belong to Him. And when He wants back His thing, why do you stop? It's His. Give it back. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati. For who? Lillahi Rabbil Alamin. You say that every day, but you do not even exercise and implement what you say. My salat, my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, my whatever I do in this world, my death is only for Allah, to please Allah alone, nothing else. Allahu Akbar. This is what we said. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. You do what I want you to do first. If you want Allah to respond to your need immediately and instantly. Now you have a lot of instant coffee, instant tea, 3 in 1, 2 in 1. I don't know India have 4 in 1 or not. The most we experience 3 in 1. Before it's 1, then 2 in 1. Now 3 in 1. You want everything fast, true or not? Allah also can come to you very fast. Do you know that Allah said in the Hadith Qudsi, Ana inna zon abadi. Inna zanni abdi. I will go accordingly to the how my servant feel towards me. If he said I am far, I will be far for him. If he said I'm close, I will be close to him. If he feel that I can help, I will help him. If he think I don't think Allah help me, then okay. If you need Allah, Allah will respond. If you think I think my prayer is not accepted by Allah, If you think like that means Allah don't accept it. You must have faith. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. And you must have faith that when you do your best, Allah will never break His promise. He promised you He is going to accept what you do if you do it sincerely for Him. Now you come to the important part now. After knowing what you must do, prepare yourself spiritually, mentally. You prepare yourself now before you start to make your salat. Before you call, then as-salah istilahan. Just now, as-salah lughatan means dua. There's no salat without dua. The first thing you do after you make takbir, Allahu Akbar, what do you say? Dua iftitah. That's why dua comes first. And you end also with dua. Salat istilahan. Salat istilahan means kullu af'al wal aqwal. Kullu af'al wa aqwal muftatihatun bitakbir wa mukhtatimmatun bitaslim. Every word and action that start with Allahu Akbar and end with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, that is salah. But if you do not start with Allah and do the end with salam, you don't have to have ablution. It's a normal dua. But any movement and recitation that start with Allahu Akbar and end with Salamu Alaikum, you must have wudu. You must be clean, major and minor ablution. Clean from the major and minor ablution. Because there is a shurut. Because the Prophet said, At-tahara miftahul salah. Everything there is a key. And the key of salat is tahara. After iman, you look at the book of the hadith, you will come out. After iman, then it will go to the subject of tahara, cleanliness. Your heart now is clean with shirk. Your mind is clean now. Now your body must be clean. You know that cleanliness is so important in Islam, but sometimes the Muslim is so filthy, so untidy and unclean. Very sad. Very sad. Not only unclean in their whole, even in the house of Allah is dirty. Very sad, sister, true or not? We like to feel proud to go into the place of worship, but it's filthy. It smells, it stinks. It's dusty. What is happening to this ummah? Because they do not understand what is salah. Tahara miftahus salah. Was salah miftahul jannah. And the key of paradise is salah. Because the Prophet said that Allah said, Awwalu ma yuhasibu mar'u yawmal qiyamah and salatihi. The first thing that Allah will call us in the day of judgment and account for is our prayer. If Allah check our prayer and there's a lot of problem, Allah close the book and said, enough. I don't have to look into other deeds. I consider you fail. But when He opened the record of salah and Allah is happy with it, Allah said, it's enough. I don't have to look in other deeds. I consider he passed. Because there's a key. The first thing Allah will ask us. That's why the Prophet emphasized the importance of salah. And I have informed all of you yesterday. According to the sunnah of the Prophet, any form of ibadah, he will never teach anybody any form of ibadah if Allah do not command him to do so. Isra and Mi'raj, after that journey, then we know that the Prophet ﷺ was invited by Allah to travel in the particular night from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Baitul Maqdis. Subhanallazi asra bi abdihi laylan min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa allazi barakna hawla. Allah is telling us, He Himself invite Prophet Muhammad the night journey. And before the Prophet was invited by Gabriel, what did Gabriel do to him? Gabriel called him to Makkah, to Haram, near to the Kaaba, near to the well of Zamzam, and go through the last spiritual operation. And you know, angel is from light. And he used the power of light to operate the Prophet. Now you use laser. Laser operation is always better than normal. It heals faster. And then open up the heart, the body of the Prophet, and take up his heart and wash it again to make sure he is pure, he is clean. The heart is clean and pure. And then he make his journey from Makkah to Medina first, from Medina to Baitul Maqdis. And from there, after he met and lead the other prophets in prayer, then Allah make a rush the Prophet. And the enemy of Islam come up with the mirage. They create rockets because they see what happened to the Prophet. But the Prophet, he didn't travel with any rockets because the Prophet have nur. He himself have nur. He traveled with the light of Angel Gabriel and his own light. Bodily, if you go like you, like me, before you reach that, you are gone. Not even your flesh, even your bone disappear. But Allah have His own way to do things. He can transform Prophet Muhammad in any form because the light travel faster than anything. So they moved to Sidratul Muntaha until Sidratul Muntaha. What did Allah give Prophet Muhammad, brother and sister? Salaah. How many prayer a day? 50, brothers. 50, sisters. And did the Prophet see Allah? Did he saw Allah in Sidratul Muntaha? Never say that he saw Allah. Because Aisha said, the first person who asked Prophet Muhammad about did you saw Allah is me. Did you see Allah in the Sidratul Muntaha? The Prophet said, La, walakin ra'aytu nura. I only see the light of Allah. And Aisha asked the Prophet, how do the light of Allah look like? He look at the sun, no. He look at the moon, he look at the star. Laysa kamithlihi shay'un wa huwa as-sami'ul. There is no light that is equivalent to the light of Allah. There is similar to the light of Allah. But I only seen the light. Whoever said that Allah, Prophet sees Allah, saw Allah with his own eye, he is a liar. And we know 50 times. So the Prophet came down to the 6th level of heaven. And what did he? Who do he meet? He met Moses alayhi salam. Moses asked his brother, what do you have? What do you get in Sidratul Muntaha? A place that even Angel Gabriel is not allowed to enter. A place that even Angel Gabriel is not allowed to enter. He just stopped there near the doorstep and said, this is my limit. This is the kingdom of Allah. Only you is invited. He said, go up and ask Allah for discount. Prophet Muhammad accepted the advice from his brother Moses and he went up. Allah discount. How many prayers now? 40. See Moses up again until from 50 to 5. But you see, this ummah is been blessed because Moses is telling him that my people, the Bani Israel, is stronger than your ummah, and they can afford to pray 50 times a day. Do you think Allah do not know? Allah knows. But you see, Allah is telling us, showing us, you keep on asking, I will give. He don't want you to ask. You ask, I give. You ask, I give. And last time when he get 5, Moses said, up again. Prophet Muhammad said, no, I don't think it's right for me to go up again. If you want to buy something in a shop, and the owner start to give you a price, this pot costs you 50 riyal. You can bargain, of course, but you don't bargain until 5 riyal. Then he said, you can go. Salaah. You're crazy? A 50 riyal thing, you want to go to 5 riyal? What are you talking about? If I sell it to you, I'm crazy. You know, I better give you free. I'm happy. What the Prophet don't talk that way, but you can see the scenario. When it comes to 5 times, but Allah, subhanallah, Allah is Kareem. لِكُلِّ حَسَنَةٍ أَشْرُ أَمْثَالِهَا. This ummah, even you pray 5 times a day, your reward is 50. Your reward is still 50. Because why? Because this ummah, every one good deed you commit for Allah's sake, Allah will multiply the reward 10 times. SubhanAllah. You still get the 50 reward only by performing 5 times prayer. Now you know that the Prophet only received the command of Salah. He do not know how to perform the Salah yet. He do not know what time is Zohor, what time is Fajr, what time is Asar, Subuh, how many raka'at, Zohor, how many raka'at. He do not know. He just received the number of Salah. The next day, Jibreel came down to him and called him to one place near to the Kaaba. Example, this is the Kaaba, sisters and brothers. Example only. This is the Hajar Aswad. This is here the Hijr Ismail. Here is the door of Kaaba. Now Angel Gabriel came to an area is known to most of the scholars until today. The area is been named Musalla Jibreel, where Jibreel came to the Prophet and he taught the Prophet how to perform the Salah. And the Prophet become the ma'mum. And how do the Prophet know that Subuh start at this time? At the time you don't have watches like today. The Prophet ﷺ was guided by Angel Gabriel. Example, Subuh is at 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. Gabriel came. And he prayed 2 rakat and then he disappeared. Zohor said 12 o'clock. He came again and called Prophet Muhammad and performed the prayer again. 4 rakat and then he disappeared. Asar, he came, said at 4. He came, he appeared again. Maghrib and Isha. Now the Prophet know that the beginning of Subuh prayer is at 5, 12, 4. He know, but he do not know when is the ending of each prayer. Tomorrow, the next day, Angel Gabriel came at the ending of each prayer. Said Subuh end at 6. 6 he appeared. Zohar end at 4 or 3:45. 3:45 he appeared. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verses to the Prophet. Inna salata kanat alal mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Even the time of prayer is not fixed by Prophet Muhammad. It's been fixed by Allah. So you cannot just come to Allah in your time, in Allah's time. This is what I'm going to tell you. Yeah. You must come to Allah in the time that Allah has fixed for you. He fixed the time, not Prophet Muhammad. Now the Prophet know the time of Subuh start at this and at this. Zohar start at this and at this. And then he knows Subuh is 2 rakat. Zohar Asr, because Angel Gabriel have taught him everything. And each time when the angel Gabriel was reciting the Quran, he was trying to recite very fast. And Allah said, you don't have to do that. He will put all the verses of Allah into his heart, that he will memorize it. You just listen carefully and then you follow. And after that, the Prophet say to us, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. He command all his ummah, Sallu. All of you, if you want to establish your prayer, your salah, you should perform your salah. Kama ra'aytumuni. Like how you have seen me perform my salah. None of us live in the time of the Prophet. So you cannot say, I seen the Prophet perform his. You can. But there is ainul yaqeen, there is ilmul yaqeen. Those companions who live in the time of the Prophet, they can say, I saw the Prophet, because they live in the time of the Prophet. Now, no. But you have the ilmul yaqeen. You have the knowledge. The knowledge comes from the hadith of the Prophet. You must open the book of Sahih Bukhari, the book of Sahih Muslim, under the chapter of Sifat Salah, the characteristic of the prayer of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now I'm going to go very fast now. I'm starting with something very important, very basic, the fundamental. We want you to be very strong. Your foundation must be good. Then you are going to build up the salat now. When the Prophet said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli, from Bukhari and Muslim, perform your prayer, not only salatul fard, every prayer. As long as it's a salah, because all prayer, Allah have sent His Prophet to teach us. But you see the Prophet, subhanAllah, he said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Perform your prayer like how you seen me perform it. There are many things that you can learn about salat. I don't think one day will allow us to finish this course. But just to be very brief, maybe in the future we go in more detail. In the future, inshallah. Or you can help yourself by buying the book, Sifat Salah Nabi from Albani is here. You should have this book. This is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. If you have this book, you read, you understand, you implement, inshallah, you will improve the quality of your salat and you will achieve khushu'. We are very fortunate, lucky, that the Prophet never said, read in your salat like how you hear me read. Because if he will say that, majority of us will fail. Because we don't memorize Quran like the Prophet memorized the Quran. But he just said, perform your prayer like how you seen me perform. Number one is the physical movement. I have said earlier, salat lugatan is dua. Salat istilahan is every action and movement or recitation that open with Allahu Akbar and close with Assalamu Alaikum. That is salah. Now if you go back to all the hadiths, because I'm not going to be very brief again, there are six major conditions, shurut, that your prayer will be accepted. Number one, your body must be pure must be clean from minor and major ablution. Your body must be clean from major and minor ablution. That's number one shart. The second one, the dress that cover your aura must be pure and clean from haram income. Number three, the place that you want to perform your salat must be clean from all form of najis. Number four, you must face the Qiblah. Number five, you must make sure that the time of prayer is in. That means you cannot pray according to your time. And the last one, you must have the niyat that you are doing the salat for Allah. Of course, there are some people say you must be baligh, you must be you must not be crazy, you must have the in a sound mind, and you must be a Muslim. That is understood. But this sixth thing, you must be clean from major and minor ablution. Number one, your dress must be pure from halal income and clean from najis. The place that you worship Allah also is clean and facing Qibla, the water is in. And now you're going to start the prayer. I'm going to show you, brother and sister. Is this on? Is this on? I go very briefly. In the time of the Prophet, all the hadiths tell us that when the Prophet wants to perform his prayer, he will make a wudu. He will complete his wudu. How he make the wudu? I have a book that I have, that is a very simple one. I passed to the organizing committee, Muhammad Nayar. He can do something with it, inshallah. This is for our Home of Hope. It's a kind of project. We got donation through this book to build the Home of Hope in Malaysia. I give very brief guideline of how to make wudu following the prophets, because the salat is linked with the wudu. If you complete your wudu properly, then your salat can easily be completed. Now the Prophet, when he want to make wudu, he always wash his hands, starting from the right one 3 times to the wrist, 3 times to the left one. Then he will take a mouthful of water and put into the mouth. The same water he will put some into the nose. He will gargle and throw it out. He will blow it out 3 times. And then he will wash his face 3 times. And then he will wash his hand until the elbow, starting with the right 3 times and 3 times here. And when it comes to the head, the Prophet will just wet his palms, put these 2 here and meet up, and he wipe over the whole head from the front to the back, back to the front again. And the Prophet will put his pointing finger, the index finger, and make a round to the ear, only once. When it comes to the head and the ear, he used to do 1. Other part, 3 times. And then lastly, the Prophet will wash his leg and to the ankle, and the Prophet say, put your finger, insert your finger between the toes to make sure that all the leg, everything is clean. The water have touched every part of your feet. 3 times right, 3 times left. The other hadith say sometimes the Prophet used 2 times, but come to head and ear always 1. Sometimes he was just 1. But the best one is 3, and then come to the head and the ear once. And after that, the Prophet will make a dua without raising up his hand. He will say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. And that's the time the Prophet said, whoever recite this dua after each ablution, futihat abwabus sama. That means the gate of heaven will be open for you, and you can choose which door you want to enter. And there are 8 doors of paradise. To enter paradise, there are 8 gates, but there are 100 levels of classes of paradise. And the Prophet said, if anybody who die at the time, that means Allah will give him the opportunity to choose which gate he want to enter. But most of us don't die after wudu. No, it's not easy to die after wudu. It's very easy to die when you're doing bad thing, but it's very hard to die when you have after the wudu. Then the Prophet will stand straight facing the Qibla. I'm just going to show you what do the Prophet mean by Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Now he's showing his movement, and his movement is important. If it's not important, the Prophet don't have to emphasize one by one. Waste his time. He show you everything because it's like alignment. You want to go far with driving the car, you must make sure the alignment is okay, the brake is okay, so it will bring you safe. You have a safe journey, inshallah. The Prophet explained to us after finish, he faced the Qibla and he will stand straight. Now he stand, his foot don't go this way like a duck facing America and Russia. No. No. He faced the Qibla straight. Control yourself. You can if you want. But if you don't care, you have no knowledge, so you don't care. I pray, everybody stand, I also stand. I can stand like that, I can stand one leg like that. It's up to me. I am standing. But the Prophet said, stand on both legs. Face the Qibla. On the leg, face the Qibla. And the Prophet said, look at the place you put your forehead. Your eyesight is not supposed to close your eye. You don't pray with your eye closed. Open your eye, but don't look up. Don't look left or right, left. No. Look at the place where you put your forehead, the place of sujood. Be focused. It's like meditation. Yeah? Is what? Concentration that narrowing the attention. Concentration that narrowing the attention. It become like a flame of candle absent of wind. The mind must be undistracted so that the bullet hit the target. That's why meditation is. Islam has taught us to have meditation every day. Be focused. And then the Prophet will, no other recitation being recited by the Prophet. No hadith say, the Prophet say, Usalli fardu zuhr, Usalli fardu subhi, Usalli fardu asri. No. Because you know what you are going to do. And Allah all hearing, why must you say? Because the niyat have nothing to say. A niyat fi qalbi, la sawtan wala harfan. Niyat is inside your heart. There's no sound. There is no word to recite for niyat. Yeah, because in every prayer there are three rukun. Fi'li, qawli, qalbi. Recitation, the rukun of recitation, the rukun of movement, action, and the rukun of the heart. The heart is where the niyat is. The Prophet was standing. The first thing that all the companions witnessed from the Prophet, he will never say anything except Allahu Akbar. And when the Prophet raised up his hand, he explained again, Yarfa' yadayhi hazman qibayhi ila furu'i uzunayhi thumma yukabbir Allahu Akbar wada' yadayhi yumna ala yusra ala sadri. The Prophet show you, when he want to pray, he will raise up his hand, not too high, not too low, but in between the shoulder blade and the ear. And from there, he will say, Allahu Akbar. When he said, Allahu Akbar, what do you understand by Allahu Akbar? Now nothing is greater than Allah. You are coming to Allah now. You are talking to Allah. There's no more hijab between you and Allah now. It's a direct communication. Nothing is more important. You don't have to think this, think that anymore. You must think of Allah. Allah is great. Nothing is greater than Him. Everything is small. Everything, your business is small. Your children is small. Your car is small. Your house is small. Your flower is small. Everything is small. The one that is great is Allah. You say, Allah. And the Prophet said, he put his right hand on the left on his chest. The Prophet said, he put on his chest. He didn't say, I put down, here, here, here. No. But his ummah put everywhere. Because we don't care. As long as I pray. But Allah never say, as long as you pray. The Prophet never say, as long as you pray. Sallu kama ra'aytumuni. Do like how I have done. He put his hand. I'm showing you example first. And then there is a silence. And then they hear the recitation from the Prophet. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairi maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. And they hear Amin. They hear the recitation, the Imam, the Prophet now. When the Prophet recite Fatiha, he recite each ayah he stop. Waqaf, not wasal. Why? I will explain later on. After that, he will recite a surah. After that, he will make ruku'. Finishing the recitation of the Surah Al-Fatihah, he will make ruku'. Each time when he want to make the ruku', all the companions said, the Prophet raised up his hand again. Yarfa yadayhi, thumma yukabbir, Allahu Akbar, go down for ruku'. And he will put his hand, and he will open up his finger. He do not do like that. He will stretch it up, put on the knee. And then he will bend it down. His elbow is going outward, not inward. He don't go like that. He don't go like that. Unless you have some problem with the back. Okay, you do what you can. But sometimes you don't care. The young person also, he do like that sometimes. Like an old man. You want to be old, sometimes Allah will make you old. You know. Do it properly. You are doing certain movement for Allah. Pressure, put some pressure on the knee so that it's straight. And then your elbow go out. And don't go like that. Just keep on straight. And recite dua, Subhana Rabbil Azim 3 times. Then the Prophet, after making ruku', he will raise up his hand. Sami Allahu liman hamidah. Rabbana lakal ham. Then the Prophet go down for sujood. And the Prophet said, Iza sajada ahdukum fala yabruk kama yabruk al-ba'ir. The Prophet said, Iza sajada ahadukum fala yabruk kama yabruk al-ba'ir. Wal yada yadayhi qabla rukbatayhi. Wal yada yadayhi qabla rukbatayhi. Now I'm going to show you. This is the saying of the Prophet. Do you understand the saying of the Prophet, brother? Do you understand what I just mentioned now? Do you need me to show you? Do you need me to show you? Yeah. So when you don't understand, you must say you don't understand. If you say you understand, I'm going to stop showing you. Yeah. Now the Prophet said, if any one of you want to go down for sujood, don't go down like a camel. Now you have seen some camel before. Sure, yeah. The Prophet said, don't go down like a camel. Now the Prophet explained to us how a camel go down. And how can you go down not like a camel? And the Prophet said, وَلِيَدَعْ يَدَيْهِ قَبْلَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ. Put your hand on the ground before your 2 knees. So you go down. So when I was teaching my people in my country, put your hand before your knee, because majority of us will go down like that. True or not? Majority will go down with your knee first, and then your hand. Now Prophet Muhammad sallallahu said, "Iza sajada ahadukum fala yabruk kama yabruk al-ba'ir wal yada yaday qabla rukbatay." Anyone who is going down for sujood, don't go down like a camel. Put your hand before the knee. Now when I was saying to my people in my country, they have some problem in going down for sujood now. They don't know how to go down. Because they are used to go the knee down. Now I say the hand down. Then they are thinking, how to go down my hand? They are thinking they are going to dive now. Each time they are going to make salah, they are going to dive. I say, you don't have to do that. MashaAllah, so beautiful. You go down, your knee, before your knee touch the ground, your hand go. Your hand go down first. You can bend your knee first. It's very important, this movement. If you look at the exercise that is shown on TV now with all the machine, if you look at it, everything goes that direction. It is safer, it is better for your knee. You don't go down, hit on the ground like this. It will injure your knee after some time. That's why I see people who are old, they cannot do that anymore. They got to go down, bend slowly, and the hand must help them. Yeah? So there's some kind of cushioning on the knee. Don't put a pressure there too much. The knee is very important. True or not, sisters and the brothers, the knee is important. So the Prophet said, when you go down, then, and the Prophet said, when you make sujood, don't make sujood like a dog. This for the ladies. For the ladies. I'm very sad to see that the ladies, they were taught to make sujood like a dog. Now I got to show you because the Prophet showed us. If not, then you may not know how is the movement. After you go down, the Prophet said you must make sujood with 7 part of your body. Your forehead, your nose is considered one. 2 hands, knee and the toes, all touch the ground. And don't go down like a dog. How is like a dog? This is how the dog will do. When you put your elbow down, it's like a dog. And that is haram. But the Prophet said, when you make sujood, it's 7 parts, and the elbow must come out. Outward, not inward. Do it like that. Don't do like that. And then you make tasbih, sujood 3 times. Sit up. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet always like for you to sit iftirash. This is iftirash. That means your right toe stand up and your buttock is on your left leg. Yeah, this is the better way of sitting. And remember, this sitting is for all the sit up between the 2 sujood, and for all prayer they end with 1 tahiyat. This is how you sit. Remember, every prayer that end with 1 tahiyat, you select subuh prayer, you only end with 1 tahiyat, 2 rakat only. So you sit like that. If the prayer that have 2 tahiyat, like Zohar, Asar, Maghrib, Isha, the first tahiyat like this, and the last tahiyat you go to tawarruk. This kind of sitting is only apply for prayer that have 2 tahiyat. And then the Prophet explained to us again, when you're coming up from the first tahiyat, first raka'at, to the second raka'at, usually the Prophet raise up and he will sit, istiraha, very short, and then he will use his feet and push up. Allahu Akbar. Again, he used to use his feet. There's a lot of reason. There's a lot of form of exercise in your prayer. Allah and the Prophet do not want you to move for nothing. Every movement in your prayer, there is a reason behind it. There is a hikmah, there is some significance. If you do it properly, every day you can see, your physical health will improve. The flowing of your blood, everything will get better and better. Your knee have exercise. You pull your veins, everything. The Chinese, they say it's like Tai Chi. I learned Tai Chi. I know how effective Tai Chi is. It's like Tai Chi. You stretch properly. That's why the Prophet do not want people to pray like this. Allahu Akbar, Sami Allahu liman hamidah. What kind of prayer is that? There's no tumanina. You are not praying to Allah. You are playing with God. If you go for any exercise, you do like this, people will fail you. What kind of exercise are you doing? You are not helping your body because you are not being fair to your body. Every movement you must rest. This is tumanina. So that kind of pressure and the vein, all has been exercised, it's been stretched properly, then it is healthier for you. When you make sujood, put it properly, rest, the blood will flow down to the head. Sometimes it's not easy, the blood to come up here. We have weak blood, it cannot come to your brain so easily. Do some exercise so that you don't get giddy very fast, because you're used to down, up, everything. There's a lot of good thing through this movement. Even when you give salam, the Prophet said, when you come to the last tahiyat and you give salam, make sure you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. See the elbow, the shoulder here. If there is ma'mum, you look over there and look straight to the end. If nobody, then you look at the shoulder. And then Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Look at this. So you exercise. If you go for Tai Chi exercise every morning, they do this. They will do this. Do some exercise here. You need that. If not, suddenly you are riding a car. Suddenly you got to pull your you got jammed. You have problem. But if you do it all the exercise every day, you feel all the muscle, the neck is moving. Your knee, your body, you bend it down, your waist, everything is moving. Inshallah, brothers and sisters, if you do this movement properly, you will, Allahu Akbar, you will feel good to yourself. Each time after the prayer, you feel good. You know, because of the movement, the blood flow in your body, you feel good. Nowadays, see, after prayer, oh, I got so tired. Why? Because you are not doing the right exercise. Why did the Prophet explain to us one by one? I'm not going to say that this is what I'm teaching you. This is what stated in the hadith. The Prophet show you every movement. For what? For what the Prophet show you? He can just say, pray, finish. Khalas. He wants you to do your movement properly. It's like a people who want to make a cake. You know that you went to the one hotel and the chef come up with a cake, special cake, chocolate cake that you enjoy so much, and you ask him for a menu. Chef, can you give me the menu? He gives you the menu. Put these, how many eggs, how many what you call this spoon of sugar, how long you bake it. He teach you how many butter you put inside. Now you think you can be smarter than him. You go and make your own, you do your own way. Then the cake will come out. And then it turned out to be the wrong cake. Then you send to the mosque, sadaqah. The right cake you keep to yourself, you eat. One is go wrong. Why the cake? I taste the one in the shop is so soft. This one is a bit hard. You know, because you do not want to follow the master, the expert. The one who is expert in prayer is the Prophet. No prayer of anybody is better than prayer of the Prophet. If he said like this, you should like this. He said, "Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli." He said, perform your prayer like how you seen me perform. How I make ruku', how I raise my hand. You should take that into notice. You cannot just do anything you like. How to be focused. How to have tu'manina and press. Don't go like that unless you can't do it. Don't force yourself, brothers. If you cannot go and pressure like this because of the pain here, then you do your level best. Allah will accept your prayer. Fattakallah mastata'tum. But if you can do it, do your exercise. Do your exercise. Balance up your body. Inshallah, if you do it every day, you can see you appreciate your health better. Yeah, Allah is going to reward you kindly, as long as you follow His Prophet, because He wants you to follow His Prophet. If you don't follow the Prophet, you can do your own prayer. It's up to you. And you see at the end of the day of judgment, the Prophet is going to be there. He is standing in front of us to witness. If Allah asks us about our salat, the Prophet is there to confirm whether your salat is correct or not. He is going to be witness whether your salat is following His way or not. And if not following His way, the Prophet said, "Man amila amalan laysa alayhi amruna fahuwa rad." I do not recognize it. This is not from me. This is not from me. I'm not responsible. So your salah will not be valued and accepted. So please remember, this is the movement. Yeah, this is just the movement. To be brief, but brothers and sisters, inshallah, I will spare some time in the afternoon for the Q&A. Now I know this course take a longer time. For me, I take 2 days in my country. Yeah, but now because our time is so limited, but at least you can have the book and refer to it. I show you the movement already. Okay, now the recitation will come in after lunchtime. I'll show you some recitation, and you check whether what are you doing, what are you reciting is following the way of the Prophet or not. Because we believe by following the Prophet, that is the best prayer, and Allah is going to accept it, because Allah has promised us. He said, "Fattabi'uni yuhbibkum Allah." If you follow His messenger, He will be happy with you. When He is happy with you, He will accept whatever you do. And when He accepts whatever you do, and the Prophet reminds us, "As-salah ila salah mukaffarat bainahuma." Every prayer to one prayer to another prayer, all the sin that you have committed will be washed off. About the moving of the finger, because I was waiting for the recitation first. The recitation, when you come to recitation, then the moving of the finger will get involved. Okay? So, inshallah, we will continue later on. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.